We're in the UK, and with us right here is the Jaguar Type 00. Type 00 signifies zero emissions and zero a reset, because if you've been a fan of the Autocar channel, then you'll know the news about Jaguar's complete sort of reinvention. The brand is going to move to an all-electric future and a very high-end all-electric future. And this concept car, the Type 00, is a preview of what's to come. There was much brouhaha when Jaguar unveiled its new logo and design identity last month. Much of it for its simplistic logo, too vibrant a color scheme, and for the lack of a car in the promo. With the concept now out, we now have a vision of where Jaguar is headed with the design direction of its new cars. So what's that like? So now the first thing that you will obviously see is it harks back to Jaguar's founding philosophy, which is a copy of nothing. As you can see from here, it doesn't look like anything from Jaguar's past. Moreover, and in a risky move, it's very unlike the typical elegant style of past Jaguars, and it's more bold, upright, and in your face. If you look up front, the grille, or well, what is called the strike-through element, is completely redone, and that strike-through or the horizontal lines you'll see as a pattern all around the car, both outside and inside. It's going to be one of the few new Jaguar design elements, like what Jaguar calls the device mark, which is the new lettermark logo on top of a strike-through pattern. In case you're wondering where's the famous leaping cat, well, that's on what Jaguar now calls the maker's mark. It's a mark there, which is the strike-through with an embossed leaping cat, and you'll find it at various places around the car. Also on the hubcaps, you'll see there's another new mark, and that's called the artist mark. It looks like a J and another R at the end, so Jaguar. And of course, rotated over, it still reads JNR, thanks to the new font's design. Sadly though, the roaring cat as well as the 3D leaping cat logo are no more. The other notable elements at the front are the slim headlights and DRLs, and of course the very un-EV-like vertical nose. Jaguar says that will be the case on the production car too. Now at the side you can really see Jaguar's philosophy for new age electric vehicles. We were talking to the entire design team earlier on, and they said that the problem they saw with EVs today is that they all look like they're designed in a wind tunnel. They're too clinical, make too many sacrifices for things like range, and the Jaguar EVs, they say they don't want any of that. So if you look at it right now, look at the front, the nose, very abrupt and upright, clearly not something given to aerodynamics, but Jaguar says the engineering team has a solution, and the coefficient of drag is something that's impressive. Today though, it's all about design, so we don't have that value just yet. The wheels, as you can see, the wheels and tires, 23 inches on this car, and we're told that the production car will also have very large tires and wheels and not give in to smaller wheels in the sort of interest of efficiency and weight. The bonnet, really long bonnet. Now that does hark back sort of to the E-Type, and I was asking the design team, is that the intention? And they said, no, that's not really the intention. They didn't want it because it was there on the E-Type, but they wanted the car to just look exuberant and bold, and they believe that this gives it that sort of feeling. Exuberant is in fact one of the keywords for the new Jaguar sort of philosophy. Other flamboyant details at the side are pop-out cameras that hide behind the maker's mark, and a powered hatch that holds what Jaguar calls the prism case, inside of which are 3 totems like key fobs that can be placed in the center console, each of which sets up the car to a specific theme, including the ambient lighting and screen graphics. Now the production car is going to be a 4-door GT. What you see here is a 2-door car, but we're told that the 4-door will also carry these same proportions. So long bonnet, large tires, and the same sort of swooping roofline. Now at the rear, like the front, you can see the strike-through pattern is carried there all across. There are a lot more elements to it. And here at the back, they hide the DRLs or the stoplights. While the strike-through design would feature on the production car, we'll have to wait to see the details of how it would all play out. Also on the concept, the rear windscreen is missing, and cameras do the work of relaying the view inside. Speaking of which, the interiors open up via massive butterfly-style doors. Okay, now we aren't allowed inside, but some of the elements I want to talk to you about is right here, this central spine, which is made of brass. Now, brass is one of the materials that Jaguar have decided to use on the concept car, along with stone that you can see down there. In fact, the brass that you see here, you'll see it on the door trims as well as like you saw it on the outside too. The seats, they're stitch free. You can't see stitching, so it's really like skinned. The fabric is skinned over and it's a wool blend. So these are some of the materials that Jaguar has used for the concept car. Now, if you look around and you're thinking this is a car of the future, then where are the screens? Well, they're tucked away right now, but they do pop up from both sides of the dashboard. In fact, it's like a twin dashboard with this central spine sort of dividing it. So both passenger as well as the driver have their own dashboard, their own screens and their own kind of individual areas. On top, if you see, there is a glass roof, and the glass roof too has a sort of etching with the strike through mark. So these lovely little lines, it's throwing a really nice sort of pattern and a shadow into the cabin here. I don't know if you'll be able to pick that up on the camera, but it looks really nice right now under the lights. So that's the Type 00, the first reimagined sort of product from Jaguar. What do you think about it? Let us know in the comments, and stay tuned to the Autocar India channel, because we'll have a lot of more news coming up, including some more news about the actual production car.